On Iran, are the negotiations still happening this week?
Yeah.
Where will they be? And what do you need to hear from Iran?
They're all over, but they are negotiating. They'd like to do something, and we'll see if something is going to be done. They had a chance to do something a while ago, and it didn't work out, and we did Midnight Hammer. I don't think they want that happening again, but they would like to negotiate. We are negotiating with them right now, yes.
All right, shalom, shalom. This is Brother Shakar here with another lesson through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Rakah Kwadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of the great millstone from which I learned this truth. Peace and blessings to the house of David, doing this work with our righteousness, truth, and sincerity. And I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom. All right, I'm going to start here in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 22. And it says, a sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. Now, you're hearing about the wars and rumors of wars. Matter of fact, let me grab that too. Let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 3. It says, and he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming, see, and the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto him, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed. You see, and shall deceive many. And you're seeing all the false prophets, okay, whether they're in so-called Christianity or some other bugged out so-called religion, or even those, okay, that claim to be Israelites, okay, not bringing you the 100% truth, man. Okay, they're bringing you false doctrines. You see, so you got many false prophets, okay, that are moving around, okay, in this time, okay, again, bringing out, okay, filth, okay, things that are not true. Verse 6, and it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye should not be troubled. It says, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end, see, is not yet. You see, so the end is not yet, because we know that the mark of the beast got to come in first. Okay, the mandatory implementation, okay, of the charagma, okay, the chip, man. You see, that's got to come in first. Okay, but you're hearing and seeing, okay, these wars and rumors of wars. See, so a sound of battle, okay, is in the land, because you're seeing so-called America, okay, tied in, okay, to a lot of these rumors. So let me go back to Jeremiah 50 and 22, and I read that again. And it says, a sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. It says, how was the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How was Babylon become a desolation among the nations? You see, and that's when the Lord going to destroy so-called America. Okay, he's going to take down, okay, the power structure, okay, of Esau Edom, because Esau Edom is synonymous, okay, with Babylon the Great. Okay, so the hammer of the earth, man, which goes around, okay, put sanctions on everybody, okay, tariffs, okay, going around trying to police the earth, okay, but they do it in wickedness. Matter of fact, let me grab this. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17, and let's go to the bottom. Yep, verse 18, it says, see, and the woman, okay, which is speaking about, okay, that great whore, listen, which thou sawest is that great city. Now, so-called America is that great city, okay, which is Babylon the Great. It says, which reigneth, listen, over the kings of the earth. Okay, so it's very clear, okay, which nation goes around, again, policing the earth, but doing it in wickedness. Okay, has embassies, has military bases, okay, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, man. There's only one nation that's doing this. You see, in this nation is so-called America, which is, okay, that great whore. You see, in so-called America, well, the Edomites, okay, those that are in the position of power, okay, they think that, okay, that their houses shall continue forever, man. They think they're going to remain in a blessing, okay, that's temporal, because Jacob has the eternal blessing, okay, Esau has the temporal blessing. Okay, the scripture says that they think that they shall be a lady forever. Matter of fact, let's go to the next chapter, Revelation 18 and verse 5. Listen, For her sins have reached unto heaven. See, and the Most High has remembered her iniquities. It says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. See, in the cup which she hath filled to her double. It says, how much has she glorified herself and lived deliciously? It says, so much torment and sorrow give her. It says, for she has said in her heart, see, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. So again, they think they're untouchable. Okay, they think they're going to win. It says, therefore shall all her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord power, see who judgeth her. So Esau, okay, he's not going to get away, okay, which runs, okay, the power structure right here in so-called America, okay, and also has what? Reign over the whole earth, man. Again, they police the earth, okay, but they do it in wickedness. So let me go back to Jeremiah 50. And let's go to verse 23. It says, listen, how was the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How was Babylon become a desolation among the nations? See, so-called America is the hammer of the whole earth. Okay, but its power structure is getting ready to fall, man. Listen, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon. It says, and thou was not aware, thou art found and also caught. Listen, because thou was striven, see, against the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai. So this man's being exposed, man. He's being exposed for the devil, okay, that the Bible speaks about. You see, it's being made very clear, okay, who this devil is, man. With all his, P-file rings, okay, this man going around being a damn vampire, okay, cannibalism, okay, all this devil's works are being exposed, okay, but the scriptures tell us that these things were going to happen. Matter of fact, let's go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, and let me see. I'm going to go ahead and start in verse 7. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Okay, because in that time, the Romans were already in a position of power. Now, who were the Romans? They were Edomites. Again, it says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. It says, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Okay, so the Lord allowed his devil, okay, to do his madness. And he's continuing to do it. Listen, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume, see, with the spirit of his mouth. You see, because the Lord set up his men, okay, the prophets, to expose his men, to expose his devil. Okay, and then you got those that are falling upon their own tongues, man. Okay, they're telling upon themselves. Listen, and shall destroy with the brightness, see, of his coming. See, and that's when the Lord returns, okay, with the host of angels. When Yahweh Shai makes his return, okay, he's going to bring this damn devil down. Listen, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs, seeing lying wonders. See, it's not speaking about the spiritual demon Satan himself. No, it's one that comes after the works of Satan. Okay, that physical counterpart here on earth, man. Okay, the spiritual demon Satan's children, man. Okay, the Edomites, who were created to be the wicked. So this man's been caught, he's been found, okay, and he's striven against the Lord, man. Let's get this. Let's go to Zechariah. Let's see. Chapter 2 and verse 6. And it says, ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north. Speaking about so-called America, man. Okay, North America. Okay, the Western Hemisphere. Saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai. It says, for I have spread you abroad as the four winds of heaven. Saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest, listen, with the daughter of Babylon. He's speaking about, okay, the Israelites here in so-called America. And we've also been spread to the four corners of the earth. Okay, but the biggest deliverance will be right here in so-called America. Listen, for thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai of hosts, so Lord of armies, after the glory hath he sent me among the nations which spoiled you. And it says, for he that toucheth you touches the apple of his eye. You see, so they've striven against the Lord. Okay, they come against the Lord himself, okay, his son, okay, his people. Okay, they've come against everything, okay, that the Lord stands for, okay, against his holy name. Listen, for behold, I will shake my hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil, see, to their servants. It says, and ye shall know that the Lord Yahweh Hashem Shai of hosts, see, have sent me. You see, now you have the men of the Lord, okay, the prophets, okay, speaking the same thing, man. Okay, singing that same song. You see, singing that new song. Okay, telling, okay, this devil that he's going down, man. Okay, revealing, okay, the secrets of Yahweh Hashem Shai that he's revealed to his servants, the prophets. You see, so the rulership, okay, of this devil, okay, the hammer of the earth, is going to be broken. Matter of fact, let me go to Isaiah chapter 14, and I believe verse, let me see. I'll start from verse 4. It says, that thou shalt take up this proverb, see, against the king of Babylon. Okay, that's Esau. Listen, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? It says, the golden city ceased. Okay, that great city. It says, the Lord Yahweh Hashem Shai, listen, had broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. So his madness, see, it's going to come to an end. Let me keep reading. It says, he who smote the people with wrath, see, will continue with a continual stroke. Doesn't stop, man. He's not going to stop, okay, till the Lord stops him. He that ruled the nations, see, in anger, is persecuted, and none hindereth. You see, when the tables get turned around, okay, nobody's going to stop the Lord, man. You see, this man's not going to be able to stop it. He's going to go down, man. The hammer of the earth, okay, will be broken. Listen, the whole earth is at rest, and is quiet. They break forth into singing. It says, yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. Okay, because this devil, he performs an act, okay, called deforestation, man. This man's destroyed the earth, so he's going to be destroyed. Listen, it says, hell from beneath is moved, see, for thee, to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones, see, of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings, see, of the nations. Yeah, because this man's getting ready to meet, okay, the grave. Okay, he's getting ready to die, man. Okay, he's getting ready to be destroyed. Okay, his rulership's going to end. Listen, all they that speak and say unto thee, art thou also become as weak as we? Art thou become, see, like unto us? Because right now you're seeing these nations, okay, now they have, okay, the weapons of mass destruction. You see? You see, now they're speaking things, okay, making threats to so-called America that at one time, okay, they would have never done that. But now that they have these weapons of mass destruction, okay, now they're lifting up their head. You see? You see, these nations are becoming proud as well. But so-called America, okay, is the most proud. Matter of fact, okay, we'll get that next. Let me finish. It says thy pomp is brought down to the grave, you see? And the noise of thy vials, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. So ultimately, the destruction of the power structure is coming, man. Because the hammer of the earth, okay, is getting ready to be broken. You see, because the Lord speaks, against, okay, these proud people. Matter of fact, let me go back to Jeremiah, chapter 50, same chapter that I was in, but let's jump down to verse, I believe it's 31. Yeah, it says, behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord power of hosts, for that day is come, the time that I will visit thee, and the most proud, listen, shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. See, and I will kindle a fire in his cities. It says, and it shall devour all round about him. So you see all the misery that you brought upon, okay, the nations, especially the nation of Israel, it's going to come upon thee, man. Matter of fact, let's get one more and we'll close out. Let's go to Baruch. I believe it's the 4th chapter, 4 and 25. Let me see. Maybe it's a little bit higher. I'm just trying to figure out where to start. Yeah, I'm going to start in verse 31. The whole chapter is fire, but I'm going to start off in verse 31. It says, miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received see thy sons. It says, for as she rejoiced at thy ruin, it said, and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved, see, for her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing, see, of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. It says, for fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. You see, once that fire burns itself out, all you're going to have here is what? The desert creatures, man. Hey, this place is going to be done away with. Okay, this place is going to be desolate. So you see the power structure of Esau, Edom, okay, which runs so-called America, okay, it's getting ready to be broken. So with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to close out and give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of the great millstone, from which I learned his truth. Peace and blessings to the house of David, doing his work with all righteousness, truth, and sincerity. And I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.